everyone. Welcome to Kingdom Scholars Up again. Welcome to my channel. And today we're having another series, another episode of Stephen Young Global Leader Series. And today I'm joined by another fellow scholar, global scholar, Lisa Mahlupeka. And she's from Zimbabwe. Of course, she's going to introduce herself well. And she has a background, spanning across healthcare, biotechnology, like very deep background in healthcare. So allow her to do, the talking, not me. So today is not majorly for me. I'm not the spotlight. So I'm going to put Lisa on spotlight today. Okay, Lisa, can we have you? Thank you. Welcome, Lisa.
Hello, Peter. How are you?
I'm doing very great. I hope you're very relaxed and you're ready for the conversation today.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me again.
Just look at the viewers. Just
Hello, everyone.
say hello to everyone, at Kingdom Scholars Hub, and just say hello to our subscribers.
Hi, Peter subscribers. Saribonani, Makandini. My name is Lisa Mahlupeka.
Sorry, what does that mean?
That's a greeting in Shona and in Bebele.
Oh, I think we're going to get to that later. Since I published my first video, people have been asking me, oh, we're interested in your story and all. But I guess it may be a bit biased if I just put out my own story alone out there.
Okay.
We have up to how many scholars in our class that was selected for this scholarship?
You're five.
Up to
We are
five. We are five. I love that. We are five. Actually, we are five. So that's why I decided to bring Lisa on spotlight today. Let's hear her own part of the story. I've told my own part of the story, but I know that everyone has unique story. So Lisa, I just have sorry I'm using this. So I just want it to be structured, but this is not an interview, this is a conversation, right? So just enjoy. So I want you to just briefly introduce yourself. For some that are seeing you for the first time, can you just introduce yourself?
So my name is Lisa Mahlupeka. I'm from Zimbabwe. My background is within the science field. I did applied biology and biochemistry.
Wow.
With the National University of Science and Technology in Zimbabwe. I grew up in Bulawayo. And I then proceeded to do a master's in pharmaceutical biotechnology.
Wow. Can you see? I said she has a deep experience when it comes to healthcare. Continue, please.
Yes.
Wow. Wow.
So for the past almost 4 years, I worked within the health sector. In particular, I was a sales and marketing executive and an application specialist within the health diagnostic sector.
Wow.
So I worked within the private sector with private companies, laboratories, hospitals. I also worked with the Ministry of Health, working with them on various.
Wow, right now I'm feeling jealous. You mentioning this, I'm thinking that how did they even select me as for this scholarship? Hearing about your experience, your professional experience, your professional journey. That's wow, that's interesting. You come to hear about this Young Global Scholarship. You've told my own story how I got to know about it. Have you heard about it before? Because to me it seems it's a new scholarship, right?
Yeah.
It's not like all these Chevney, Rhodes Scholarship, Commonwealth Scholarship. So how did you get to hear about it?
So when I was listening to your story, I was like, I also have a unique story.
Wow.
So in 2024, I decided I had just finished my master's in pharmaceutical biotech. Being a scientist and working within the business sector, I discovered, what can I say, a longing to help in terms of strategy development, business development, because I was already working in the field. And as a scientist, you have this strong scientific background and you have absolutely no business acumen whatsoever.
Exactly. I think that's happened to me as well. I did pharmacy, and throughout the pharmacy course for 5 years, I think it was just for a very short season that they told us about business plan, and that was not.
And for me, during my master's degree, we also did one course on basically the business, pharmaceutical economics. I think that was the course that we did, and that is the only educational experience I had in terms of the
business side of healthcare.
But all along, it has been science throughout. And now working in marketing and sales, and you are having to meet new terms.
You're hearing terms like ROI,
Exactly, yes. You have to have conversations with finance, you have to have conversations with management on the different strategies that you want to employ within your regions. So I had a strong passion for that. So going back, before I even became a scientist, I longed to be a doctor. Actually.
Wow.
I longed to be a doctor, and at first I was really passionate about it, but as time grows, I don't really want to go that route.
Sorry to cut you. It would have been nice to be calling you Dr. Lisa, don't you think so?
Maybe doctor of education or doctor of business for now.
Okay.
I wanted to be a medical doctor because I always had this passion to help people, to help systems basically develop in helping people get to good health. And unfortunately, I did not go that route anymore while I'm here.
Wow, that's okay.
I then went on to do my science degrees because I just felt like, let me move towards the pharmaceutical sector, because again, I'm still in the health field. But when I was working, I developed this longing to basically help in terms of public health, in terms of ensuring that the right people get the right diagnostic tools that they need. And then I just realized, you know what? Let me just stick to what I enjoy the most, which is business development, which is strategy development, marketing and sales. And hence, I then decided, you know, what's the point? Let me just do an MBA.
Wow.
But when this thought came about, I had about 2 years working experience.
Wow.
And most schools...
So 2 years post-graduation?
Yeah. So, and most schools, they want someone with 3 years and above. And at that time, that was my only limiting factor. So
I think for what you just mentioned, at 3 years and above, I think it's not even just 3 years. I think it has to be managerial experience.
Yes, it has to be more of a managerial.
For someone watching us now, I think, oh, I have 3 years of experience. It's not just 3 years of experience, right? Because there are some experience that do not really count for MBA. Just correct me if I'm wrong.
But in terms of leadership, the type of leadership qualities that they need from a person is having to understand how to work with people. So it's not really like you have to
be in high position, CEO.
No, because I was in marketing and sales.
And I think it also still boils down to how you're able to craft your story.
Exactly. So I had to wait up until I had 3 years of working experience. So going back in 2024, December, I just prayed about it. I was like, God, give me a direction here. I now need to do my MBA.
Wow, sorry, I need to stop you there. You mentioned something now that I really want someone watching us to pay attention to. You said you prayed about it. Sometimes we just stumble on things that, let me just do that. What made you to pray about it? Is there anything that inspired you to pray about it? And
so I'm a Christian.
Wow.
I believe that God is in me, and I believe God directs my path.
That's deep.
And since I had said I've always wanted to be a doctor, and I then went another route, right? And being in that space, you don't really know where you are going to go. You're not sure of your path. But one thing that I want to really thank is that God gave me good parents who are Christian, who pray. God gave me people around me, right, who believed in me. And basically that actually helped me.
Wow.
Because I was like, God, I don't know where I want to go right now. Yes, I have this passion in me, but I don't know where it's supposed to.
That's what harness it.
Exactly. Where to channel it. I don't know. Guide me. So I just believe God guided me through this thought to say, you know what? Let's go and do an MBA.
Wow. Well, and you said there's a kind of frustration that comes when you have a kind of passion and you don't know where exactly to channel that energy. I like that. Continue.
Yes. So I prayed about it, and then I started looking at my options. And I was trying Australia, but in Australia I realized it's a very long route. And this was in 2024, right? And I just told myself, God, by September 2025, I should be in another country doing my MBA. And now, but
you don't know.
I don't.
And you don't.
I don't know. But one thing that I know is, when I was in high school, there's a gentleman who said a certain statement to me. And he was like, for a car to move in the dark, right, if it has its headlights on, for it to continuously see where it's supposed to be going, it needs to be moving.
I need to process that and sink that in. Let it sink in.
And I then started applying. Did not say, God, drop a miracle. No.
You know, what you just said now, it's one of the things that I shared in my last story, that faith without work is dead. It doesn't work. You know, I just believe that I'm going to this and do that without any action, no preparation.
Yeah.
That's what Lisa is trying to say here. Can you give us that in headlight?
Okay, so the car is stationary and it has its headlights on in the dark. This is more like your life, right? You can only see as far as the lights can go. But for you to see further, the car has to be moving. You need to be moving one way or the other. And God will keep revealing himself to you as you go.
That's deep. I'll call that Lisa's law of momentum.
I looked at Australia. The route was just too long. Looked at America. That was an option, but I did not have funds. That's one thing that people should also know. I did not have money to do all this. Because Australia, there are scholarships that I saw, but they would take me time to actually get them, and the process was too long. I looked at America. I did not have the funds. The only way I could go to America was applying for a Master of Science program through the Empower. I'm sure you've heard about Empower. It's credit, right? And me coming from Zimbabwe, we don't really know these things of credit, you know, to pay
credit card using what I think Empower is a financing company.
Yes, it's a financing company.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
And you have to pay the money back. You decide within 30 years or what. I mean, I'm like, yes, paying $200 or something every month, right? I did not want that at all. And I looked at Canada. I didn't really see many options.
Viable options there.
Exactly. And then I looked at UK, and then I saw, okay, process is shorter. But
at what year were you starting to look at UK?
It was in 2024. Wow. I had a goal, Peter. I was like, in 2025, this should happen. How, God, I don't know.
Wow.
And I was very determined.
Determination.
Exactly. Wow. And started schools, right? And I started, at first I'll just randomly apply. I'll just type UK MBA programs. And then some schools would give me place, some would reject me. And those rejections were momentum. You know, keep what? Let's keep applying. So I realized that I was applying without strategy. I was just applying.
Applying without strategies.
Yeah.
We're going to continue from this. We're going to continue. I think we just have a short break now. Because Lisa is going to continue from where she stopped. She mentioned something now that is highly critical. Like, what does it mean to apply without strategy? So in a break, she'll be telling us what it means actually, because applying without strategy, I believe this is what most people do. Just apply randomly.
Yeah.
But that strategy, what she meant by strategy, she's going to instruct.
Yeah, that's fine.
You apply some strategy, you didn't just apply randomly. Can you tell us more about that?
So since I wanted to pivot towards the pharmaceutical sector and the health sector, I wanted a school that had people who came out, like alumni, who moved from the university and actually went into those
industry. Wow.
And I also wanted a high-ranking school, honestly. So I went on the internet, started looking for universities that were highly ranked.
That's reputation.
Yes. And Strathclyde University was one of them. I applied, and I think after like 3 days I applied. This was around February 2025.
Strathclyde. Sorry, can you pronounce that? Because see, I remember the first time I heard about Strathclyde, I could barely pronounce it. So, okay.
Strathclyde.
Thank you.
And what I would do, actually, I would go on LinkedIn, look at the university, look at the alumni who have the MBA and the industries that they are now in. Right? And that gives me a clue to say, okay, have alumni support when it comes to after. I applied within 3 days, gave me a slot for an interview.
Wow.
3 days.
Wow.
Right? And I was doing the interview, I reiterated to the interviewer that I'm interested in a scholarship. Right? And then he spoke of some of the business school scholarships, which were partial. And remember, I do not have money. Which were partial.
Lisa, you have money, spend this morning.
So these were partial scholarships. And then he mentioned something. He was like, but there is another scholarship recently started, but they'll open up later. Just keep checking the business school. And I kept checking. And then in around March, that's when I saw the scholarship.
March, perfect.
Yeah. Then I saw the scholarship. But after the interview, not get a response actually.
Do you mean the interview for the MBA?
Yes, for the MBA.
Okay.
It took time, and I kept praying to say, I hope I get the place. And once I got my IELTS results, because I actually applied without.
So you wrote IELTS
after I had applied.
Oh wow.
Yes.
So is it mandatory to write IELTS?
Me, yes, it was mandatory.
Because for African,
yes.
Because I use IELTS as well.
Yes.
So I think for you guys that don't know about IELTS, I explained it in my previous video. We are not going to be going to that again.
Yes. Okay. Then I got my IELTS result. I sent it to them, and then that's when I got a conditional letter. That conditional offer letter, once the Stephen Young Global Leader Scholarship opened, I put in my application.
Wow.
So the application required me to write more like the questions that I had to answer.
Yeah, yes.
And one thing that I learned from that was tell your story as it is, right? Don't AI generate your stories.
Don't use ChatGPT.
So one of my mentors taught me as I was working, she was like, Lisa, every step in your journey is a story.
Every step is a story.
Yes. Right? Every project that you're going to work on, every challenge that you're going to experience is a story. Everything is a story. So ensure that you live by that story and you tell that story well. Exactly. So that's what I basically used. The different projects that I had worked on, the different lives that I had touched, because this was within the health sector. What I learned from those projects, not just work projects, but also life projects, church projects, stuff that I had been doing within the community.
Not just restricted to the business.
Exactly. So I wrote that story, right? And I crafted it quite well and waited. The waiting period is the one very difficult because now you're waiting for the results, now you're waiting to...
I know how you can be very apprehensive. I shared it in my first story that a few days of waiting was like for me.
Me, it wasn't 2 days. This was right, July. In July, that's when I got a response.
Wow.
To say you have been considered, but you have to pass the interview.
Wow.
That process was...
The response was in from Stephen Young or from...
Stephen Young.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And I had to prepare for the interview. One thing that I want to the people know is don't be shy to approach people on LinkedIn. Don't be shy to approach people who can help you in what you need. Surround yourself with people who motivate you, and don't be scared to approach strangers. Because I then went on LinkedIn, started searching who had been given the scholarship, and then I stumbled upon the passports. Yeah. I messaged them on LinkedIn. Hi, I have an interview. How is the scholarship? Can you tell me how's the interview process like? At first I thought I'm gonna get one response out of all of them, but guess what? All of them responded.
Wow.
I got ready for the interview and I got interviewed.
Wow.
The interview was great. They made me really feel comfortable.
Wow.
Within the interview. Unfortunately, unlike you, I don't have any network glitches. I do not have any network glitches. And the interview was about 30 minutes, but it was very comfortable. I could express myself very well and tell my story very well.
So how did you feel when you got the message, the outcome of the interview? How share was that?
My friend, if I tell you that part, we might spend the whole day. But all I can say is I was tired of receiving
rejection.
Not just university application rejections, but also work rejections. Sometimes you're trying to apply for other jobs. And as you said, before you even open an email, you just look for reject in the email.
Read. We are sorry.
Exactly. You just read it. Oh, long press, delete, right? And these were the constant emails that I was getting. And I just got to a point, I was like, God, I think I've heard enough. If it's a lesson that I'm supposed to learn, I've learned it. Can you at least give me this? Because my goal, remember, by September, I should be in the UK doing my MBA. How? I don't know. And then I started singing of manifestation. You know that song by Ada, Congratulations.
Oh yes.
Yes. I started playing that song from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, manifesting what I wanted.
Wow, manifesting what you wanted. Wow. Well, I think let's talk about that. Manifesting what you want, even when you have not yet seen it happen. That's you putting your faith to work.
Yes.
Wow.
And then what I then did, I have 2 email addresses. I duplicated an email that I wanted to receive. I was like, God, rejections, I'm tired.
You duplicated it and you explained that.
So I wrote an email to myself from my other email address.
Wow. Form of congratulations.
Yes.
It's something that you really want.
Yes.
This actually it's so sandy because I've done this before. Honestly, I've done this before. I had to craft the email the way I want it.
Exactly.
I put my name there. It's at this wow.
So what I wrote on the email was, dear Lisa, we are pleased to inform you that you've been awarded the Stephen Young Global Leader Scholarship. Wow. Please find attached document with the details.
Did you put their amount? Did you put their amount on?
No, please find the details with the letter and the contract that you need to sign.
Wow, that was many days before the real had come there.
That was as soon as I was done with the interview. Wow. I wrote it to myself and I started singing that song. Wow. In my car as I was driving the whole weekend. And the weekend becomes very long. This is Saturday.
Of course.
And Monday I should be sleeping. And I remember on Monday I got to work. I kept checking my email, kept refreshing, and I was not getting anything. And then at 5 p.m. my time, which was I think around 4 p.m. here, that's when I got the email. And Peter, that same email, there was one word that changed.
Wow.
Instead of we are pleased, it was we are delighted.
Wow. So it was almost exactly the way you
almost exactly.
It was wow.
Yes. That's how much hope and faith that I had that I need to get.
Let's talk about the power of envisioning what you have in mind. The Bible says that, sorry to bring Bible to this, but it's actually needed because this is Kingdom Scholars Hall. That whatsoever you imagine is ready to do it for you, even much more than you imagine. And you even went ahead and put your imagination into action to the point of writing it down. And it's wow.
So fast forward, I prepared the visa application process. The team at Strathclyde University were very swift. They gave me my CAS letter. It was very fast.
Wow.
And even my visa application itself, I really want to thank God because it was also very fast.
Wow.
Because I applied on a Monday, by Friday I had my visa.
Wow.
But it was that fast.
Wow.
And I think it was also because they started the digital
visa.
And then it was very sad to leave my family home. Because these are the people, my family, my friends, my church, everything. I had to leave that behind. But they were with me throughout the whole process. My parents supported me, my mom, my dad, my friends, and I had this one co-worker who also kept pushing me. Lisa, you can do this. You're young. You don't wait. Keep doing it. And I flew to the UK on the 8th and I arrived on the 9th of September 2025.
Wow, that's interesting. I wish I could. Well, I'll have to watch the video again myself and again, like I've got to learn a lot. I didn't know that you have a story like this, what to hear. It's interesting. I'm getting emotional. Okay, so let's have a short break now. In the next episode, we'll be about how's the journey exactly, even here as a student, as a scholar. How's it been for you? Has it been a very easy route? Has it been? So let's see how you've been able to navigate some challenges right now. Okay. Thank you. Welcome back again, Lisa. So now you said you arrived on which day?
It was on the 9th of September 2025.
Wow. So you've been in the UK for the past, is it 8 months,
Yeah.
29 months now? And how's been your experience? Even the MBA, okay, you've wanted the MBA, now you're almost done.
Now
with
you're
the
there.
MBA. So how's it been? How's your journey been? Can you just tell us, like?
Okay, our journey has been interesting, actually. I've learned a lot, and I've had to unlearn a lot of things. I arrived. I want to thank the Stephen Young team. It was very supportive. They were asking, "Are you okay? Are you settled?
Wow.
Do you need any help? You need me help you?" And
Wow.
considering that you're in a completely different country, you have very few people that you know in the country.
Exactly.
Even if you have relatives, they're mostly in England, and now you are in
Scotland.
You have a place to really call home. They made it very comfortable, and sure that any problem at all, just come and talk to us.
And thanks to Stephen Young.
Yes.
A shout out to the Stephen Young Institute.
Exactly.
Thank you.
And again, Stephen Young Global Leader Scholar offers you 2 mentors.
Wow, 2 mentors, yes. Wow.
I gave them the type of mentors that I was looking for, and they meshed me very, very well. I am mentored by 2 amazing women within health and business. They are in different sectors, but they're amazing.
Wow, so this scholarship comes with amazing opportunity beyond even just the fully institution. So they give you access to mentors. Like, what other things do they do?
They give you access to 2 mentors.
Okay.
Assist you in terms of if you like to go for a conference significant, or you want to do a personal development. So basically, if I want to do maybe a summer course
in another country,
in a country.
Wow. Fully sponsored. Wow.
Even in the UK, if you want to go, like maybe to do a course with another university, they still sponsor that.
Wow.
Even if it's online and you don't want to travel, they support that. So it's not like do the MBA and go. No.
So they put you within the ecosystem.
Yes.
Wow.
And they ensure that you have people that can guide you, that you can actually talk to.
Okay, that's like, I really love this story about Young and what they do, like amazing opportunity, much more than other scholarship that you even So now has been the MBA experience itself for you. Like, has it been BA, MBA, like how is it? So this is an MBA fellow, like
the MBA experience has been amazing. Starting with the MBA team, the lecturers, the admin staff, amazing people. They're always there to support you. There's a lot of learning that you do. So I can take you to the first days when we were having...
Yes, that's what I've been waiting for. Because the first day, before I even continue, I think I should just talk a bit about my experience that first day. I just came to the class. I didn't even come with, I got in my,
You didn't have a jacket, and it was so cold. I was like, this Nigerian boy.
I didn't come with the jacket. I just wore my shirt, and I think, did I use tie? No, I don't think so.
No, you didn't. It was a cream shirt, I remember.
Yeah. So I just came feeling cold and with a case study, and I think we can continue from there.
So we were welcomed with a case study. And I was never in that situation before. You're told the management wants this decision. Please prepare a presentation with your group, and so that to management know what to do. That was already started already, and this is the first day. And we put in a group, and a scientist, so many people from different fields,
different background,
their language in terms of their business language, very fast at coming up with solutions. And they're getting that from their experience, and you're like, God.
Listen, let me be real with you. That day, because I also came from scientific background.
Yeah, and I were in the same group.
Myself and Lisa were in the same group. I was still reading the case study while the rest of the group were already talking.
Exactly.
I couldn't even read the case study. I couldn't really understand the case study fully. And I wanted to start to, conversation, but I couldn't even understand fully what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, I mean, that was also the same. It was just that shock to say, okay, we are now at it. But I really thank them for that particular experience, because it
prepared you for what is coming.
Yes, it prepares you for what is coming in the real world, actually. And what I liked about our class is the diversity. We are from completely different backgrounds. Marketing, telecommunication, consulting, HR. Experience helped me to understand the teamwork and the value of an MBA, because you're not just coming there to learn, you're coming to also learn from others.
That's very to cut you. That's very deep. But from that your experience, right? Do you feel any form of pushback, like what you call imposter syndrome? Like, oh, when you got home, you felt, is it that you're not good enough? Like, did you feel any, like, can you tell us more about that?
Yes.
And how are you feeling now? Like, can you compare, if they give you such, yourself in such kind of scenario now, will it still be like when you were, the first time?
Yeah, the time after that experience, and we're getting into classes.
Okay.
Contribute a lot in class.
Yeah, I know.
And one thing that I also realized was that so many people would contribute based on their experience and their knowledge. And I felt a knowledge gap in me. I was like, you know what? I don't really know a lot of things. People then started giving examples of certain organizations, I'm like, I don't know those organizations, right? But that pushed me, because within my class, I surrounded myself with people who, So one thing that I did to counter that imposter syndrome was to make myself, I also contribute. I also have my experience, my own stories to tell. And with those stories, I realized that a lot of people were also learning from those stories. That's number one. Number two, I did not let the knowledge gap deter me, right? I would ensure that after class, I would update myself with information. Look at YouTube videos, look at business articles. And the university has very good resources. You can subscribe to certain academic news channels like the Financial Times, etc., and get wealth business articles and stuff like that. So I started reading those. They were challenging me in a bad way, but revealed a knowledge gap that I had. And I started reading those, and that basically updated my knowledge.
And also your confidence.
And
also with knowledge comes confidence. Yeah.
And the person who challenged me the most within the MBA was you.
Wow. no, like this 2 minutes.
Good challenge.
Okay.
Because what Peter does is, when people talk about something in class today, the next day, Peter is an expert in that. Because he would go home, read about it, and tomorrow he will know it. So that also, a good challenge to say, I can also do it, right? And I remember first days, we're in the era of AI, right? Today, Peter doesn't know something about AI. Tomorrow, he's an expert in that. And he's posting about it. I'm like, I need to update myself here. So, and also I have a very good circle of friends. My friends would actually help me, because I had a challenge of expressing myself, and I had a challenge of stammering. So because of that, I felt like when I speak, people don't hear me very well.
Like you're not able to speak persuasively as you really want.
Exactly. Because of the group of friends that I had, I opened up to them to say, you are allowed to correct me. I that feedback. And they do give me feedback. And that feedback is criticism. When you were speaking there, you were not hitting the mark. You kept going round and round. See, those tough conversations. So these are the people that you get to meet within the MBA. People who uplift you, people who, give you feedback. And you should be open to that.
Wow. So in summary now, what Lisa was trying to say is that she didn't allow the knowledge gap to define her identity.
Yeah.
Like, use some structures into place to ensure that this doesn't define who you truly are.
Exactly.
Like by yourself with some, that can help you to who you really want.
Yeah.
And trying to fill yourself with the relevant information, knowledge, so that you can get that confidence. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Then in terms of it's been amazing. We've to very good organizations for site visits.
Oh, yeah. True.
A lot of global practitioners. So what Strathclyde has, which is kind of different from others, is they have global practitioners. So these are people already within the industry coming to actually give us lectures and talks about their experience and different concepts, right? And that has been amazing because you get to understand for a particular course, you are then able to apply it. Because this is a full-time, you're not working, right? So you're not applying it as you go to work, but you're able to see the sense of what you're really learning in practice.
Wow. We'll have another short break now, so we'll be having our final session.
Yes, our final session.
Yeah, we need our visitor, our guests, to relax. Like now, episode. Is it episode or session? Let's leave that. Don't mind me. So, Lisa, what advice would you give to someone that is also trying to? Because I learned that the scholarship will be coming out in the next few weeks and all. So, what advice would you give to a future applicant? Not just for this scholarship, just for anything at all, like trying to apply for scholarship, even for job. For what advice would you give, specifically for future applicants?
I actually listed down some stuff when I was.
Sure.
So, the first point that I actually wrote was number one. Trust the process, but all you need to do is to start.
Wow. Trust the process. Because all you need to do is to start.
Yes. Start applying, right? And don't wait, right? There's no need to wait. Prepare yourself. Craft your story very well. And you
just need to apply.
Yes. You just need to apply. The next one is surround yourself with people who bring the best out of you. Because I surrounded myself with people who brought the best out of me before I applied.
Wow.
They also encouraged me to apply. And when I got here, I also surrounded myself with people who bring the best out of me. So surround yourself with people who bring the best out of you.
Wow.
And the next one is reach out to people. The answer is no.
The worst answer you can get is no.
Yes.
Wow.
Why? I reached out to people when I was applying to help me, right? I sent them messages, we had video calls, as we mentioned, and that helped me, right? And even the mentors that I have who are in Africa, I reached out to them.
Wow.
And they gave me their time and they advised me. That's how you learn, right?
The worst answer you can get is no.
Yes, the worst answer you can get is no. And I like the fact that you mentioned that every other information about scholarship application is already there. It's already there. But sometimes it's the courage to actually do it that you actually need.
Exactly.
And this is why I like your channel. And then number 4 is if he did it for me, he can do it for you. If God did it for me, he can do it for you.
If God did this for us,
yes,
he can do it for you. Yes. So God did it for me. God did it for Lisa. And if you are also in that process, we are trusting God. God will do it for you.
Yes.
Pastor Lisa.
And then, last but not least, the top of one mountain is the bottom of the next. So I heard this from those TikTok videos of a guy who said that statement long ago, actually. And that has sat with me all the time. I got to a certain level in my career, right? And I did not settle there. I was like, you know what? I can be more, right?
Wow.
And that was the bottom of one mountain, and it led me to another mountain. And I'm going to go to another mountain and move to another mountain.
Definitely. We always see yourself as, we will see you at the top always. So it's good. There should be this intrinsic desire for growth, for success, for
especially for African women out there. I really need them to not see themselves as the only thing that I need to do right now is to just get married and not educate myself. Surround yourself, even the partner that you choose. Surround yourself with people who bring the best out of you, with the people who encourage you to do more, right? Not people who want to pull you down.
Exactly.
And that's one thing that I also learned from my dad. He's very supportive of me in terms of education. No matter what, right? Even if I were to tell him, can you please help me? If it's to do with education, he'll support me.
Wow.
So surround yourself with people who support you, who help you.
Wow.
And it's
wow. It's intentional. And it's a process. It's not something that happens just one time. Wow, thank you so much, Lisa. We're really glad you're making it down here for this video. Thank you so much. we've really been blessed by your story. Myself, I've really been blessed by your story. I've been staying with Lisa with this my girl. I don't know this aspect of her. Like, I did not know. So, and I hope you've really been blessed as well. And I've really gained a lot. Said I have to watch the video again and again. Thank you so much. We'll allow our guests to leave now very shortly. And do not forget to subscribe to this channel, Kingdom Scholars All, because we'll be bringing, this is a series, it's the Young Global series. We're still going to bring some of other scholars, and this is not limited to Stephen Young. We bring it from other scholarship recipients, from Shevlin, from Rhodes, other scholarships, so that you can learn. All of us can be at the top together. There's a lot of space there for us. There's no point for competition. So you can get to the highest. You can achieve your dream that God has given to you. So please do it to subscribe to this channel. And
please subscribe to my friend's channel.
All right, bye. Take care.
Bye.